What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today is October the 7th. I want to give you a quick pre-market update over some of the hot movers and what big money is doing today. Before we get into any of that, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So starting off, we don't really have that much for data today. We do have a couple of Fed speakers, so that could cause some volatility. I think Bowman at 9:05 will be the big market mover. Aside from that, though, it is going to be largely linked to technicals. And in a lot of cases, that is pretty good. Looking at the futures, Dow is up 0.07, S&P up 0.15, NASDAQ up 0.2. So when it comes down to a lot of the trending stocks during the pre-market, we are seeing relatively low volume. So there's a certain level of hesitation, but nonetheless, things are still looking pretty a-okay. As I mentioned yesterday, we were going to creep to the greed category, so meaning people's appetite for risk is on the table, and that's very resemblant based on a lot of the stocks I'm going to be talking on. Getting right to it, SOFI is up 3.76%. No news, no SEC filings or anything like that, just having a good technical recovery. Shorts, they did oddly enough increase yesterday about 1.4-ish million shares. 9.83% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 115 million shares. Logically, I'd like to say that shorts would return, but I kind of said the same yesterday and they did increase, although they might be just doing that to slow or an attempt to slow SOFI down from recovering back to that $30 range. Obviously didn't work out too well for them yesterday. Most likely, if they do decide to increase today, won't really work out too well for them as well either today. So right now with that 27.35, it did successfully get above this key pivot. So for today, just watch for that 26.81 to hold. And if so, then in theory, you can assume that $29 is going to be on the table, at least in the next little bit. NIO is in the green this morning, 0.66%. Nothing crazy. There was no weekly registration numbers or anything like that. Shorts during the pre-market, they're not doing anything. 11.1% of the free float's being shorted. Works out to be 153 million shares overall being shorted. Lately, shorts have been active, but what they do is they hit NIO hard first, cause a little bit more of a pullback, possibly trigger some stop losses, and then they return throughout the day. That seems to be something that they are doing. So most likely anticipate the same type of price action. So a little bit of a quick dip, and then it might recover throughout the day. Right now with it at 761, it is trading between this R1 and the pivot. So 783 is going to be that key pivot. So just watch for that today. Same goes for if you're a day trader or whatever else. This is a one-day chart, so very strong support and resistance points. Moving over to the 1 minute. So again, if you're more of a swing trader, 766, 778, and 785 will be kind of targets, and then 755 and 748 will be support levels. So if you're wanting to dollar cost average, just kind of take note of that. Moving on, CISS is up 43%. And I always find these interesting. A lot of individuals, I'm saying that nicely, or I guess pumpers on social media bring up stocks like this. So it is down 86% over the last 1 year, but oddly enough, up 43% during the pre-market. No news, no SEC filings, no speculative topics, nothing being said whatsoever. So as I've kind of explained to you in the past, whenever you see this type of scenario, a stock that is kind of flatlining, and then you have very abnormal price action and volume, always pop over to dilutiontracker.com. See about what they have for convertibles. So they have a lot of warrants, they have convertibles, and then they have that shelf offering that they just did in February 2025. So in reality, again, a lot of these convertibles have sometimes different terms, but usually what does happen is that whenever you see abnormal kind of price action, it is dilution linked to the convertible debt. So kind of interesting. So in my opinion, if you're more of an experienced trader, then yeah, this will be some pretty good money. You can ride the dilution wave up, but be very cautious because it doesn't tend to last all too long. Sometimes it might last half a day and then it just might dip, or might be more of a 1 or 2 day type of thing. But regardless, tread cautiously, don't get stuck holding this. But what do I know? This could be maybe the next big NVDA, possibly. Still, But 27.51% of the free floats being shorted works to be 175,000 shares. Again, this is another indication that extreme dilution is occurring. Whenever you see a low float and it being heavily shorted and not much action from shorts, that means just excessive dilution. So most likely the true amount of shares being shorted is probably single digit. But again, you guys do whatever floats your boat. With it right now at 316, it is trading between this R3 and this R2, so 298 will be a strong support, 335 will be the next strong target / resistance. So again, just kind of tread cautiously, orient a lot of your buys if you are going to dabble with this stock near these support levels. Moving on, TMQ. This is the most heavily traded stock so far in the market. It is up 255% because of this, what they did put out at 754 last night. So in general, good stuff. So it does look like the company is applauding Trump's decision to grant permits for the NVDA Access project to enable the development of critical minerals in Alaska. So that's a good thing. It's, yeah, I don't know. You guys do your own due diligence, of course, with this stock. I don't believe, I quickly scanned it. I don't think that there was any dollar values in this. So a lot of this run today is very speculative, but not heavily shorted. So 0.24% of the free floats being shorted works to be 208,000 shares. So definitely not a squeeze play. This is just straight up, which is good. The stock does have options on a side note. I always like to look at that as well, just to see if it's like a pure squeeze or whatever else, or a pure play. Aside from that though, right now with that 736, it is above all the key fib levels. So just watch for the hold numbers ultimately. So $7. 650, 6 to be kind of support levels, but nonetheless a lot of volume is getting in on this stock, so this one might be a very good kind of swing trade / day trade. And then last but not least, ticker ACHR, also getting a lot of volume. Most likely a lot of that is just from yesterday. So yesterday went up about 18%. This morning is down 2.35%. So a certain level of profit taking, but I think in general, based on the volume, it's on a lot of people's radar. So this could definitely move up, piggyback off of yesterday's momentum. Nothing really new from the company today though. 19.85% of the free floats being shorted works to be 107 million shares. So short surprisingly did return yesterday. So as the stock has been really heating up, you can kind of see just a stock price just going like crazy. Shorts were probably, whoever's shorting ACHR is smart. They don't want to say, hey, I don't want to deal with this problem. So they actually been returning leading into that, which of course adds additional buying pressure. So they've been helping the stock really move higher, but there's a certain level of shorts that just said, hey, this is too much of a headache. So essentially, like I said, you could see a nice push higher. As far as how high, with it right now at 1333, it is above all the key fib levels. So 1320 is going to be a strong support. So just watch for that. And then in theory, 1562 is on the table. So that's going to be the next strong target / resistance point. So at the end of the day, this stock definitely add that to your watch list, and most likely it will be a good day trade as well. So let me know your thoughts on these stocks. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. One final thing, pop over to my Patreon if you are looking for some solid buy signals on stocks, options, crypto. Put out daily day trades, numerous swing trades. Worthwhile for you to pop over there and check that out. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.